Hey everybody, it's Jam Creates here. Doing another video. Just thought I'd start it off with a funny sound and make you all be like, what the heck's wrong with my computer? Anyway, another comic review here for you. This is Scrimshaw, Tears of the Sonoran Sea, number 2 in a 4-issue limited series. This is volume 2 of Scrimshaw, so just to reiterate, in case you didn't see my review of issue 1, there was already a Scrimshaw series that reached completion, and this is the continuation of that. This is volume 2, so that would be volume 1, and this is volume 2, issue 2. So this is Scrimshaw. I've talked about this before. It is very unique in its art style. It is a very unique world. This was, I believe, I still never got this confirmed or not. You know, again, the level of research that you expect from my channel. I think that this was originally pitched as it was going to be the first ongoing Alterna series, and then somewhere along the way they decided it was better off to just do it like almost like seasons of a TV show. Like, think of this as season 2, like, you know, and then they'll finish this series, this 4-issue series, and then, you know, if everything goes well, then they'll do a season 3, you know, which will be obviously a volume 3, and that'll be however many issues that is to tell that story. So anyway, this is Scrimshaw number 2, volume 2, issue 2 from Alterna Comics, and as always, $1.50 from Alterna. You can't go wrong. I talked about New Comic Book Day, and I saw some people getting sticker shock on the price of new comics. Not with Alterna. $1.50, dudes. Can't go wrong. So this is a rated M book. It's a violent book, so this is rated M for mature readers, or people like myself who are just older, but not necessarily mature. So anyway, Scrimshaw has a very unique art style, as I've mentioned already. But let's get right to the credits here. Eric Borden is the creator and the writer. Dave Mims is the artist and the colorist. And Spike, I'm going to screw up your name again, Olauchoa? Something like that. He's the letterer. I'm sorry, dude. I know what it's like to have a bad last name. I know I say that all the time, even though none of you guys know what my last name is, but I get it. Like, I understand having people butcher your name. So when we last left our crew here, the crew of the Runaway Horse, they had landed in Mexico. They have to go to Texas, the New Republic of Texas, and they've been tasked by the one corporation to go to the New Republic of Texas and to get the head of the leader there. So they want him dead. The corporation, the Tonto Corporation, wants him dead for some reason, which they didn't explain why, and I'm sure we'll find out at some point. But as of right now, they landed on the beaches in Mexico, and they were caught by these dudes. They engaged in a little bit of a fight, and then everything came to a stop. And it was clear that Mariposa knows these people. She's one of the crew, and it's clear she knows these people. So, spoilers for issue 1, if you didn't read it. Go back and read it before you watch this video, I guess. It turns out that her and this other person who's leading these masked, well, they're not masked, they got face paint on, bandits or whatever you want to call them, they're actually sisters. So we reveal Mariposa's sister, and we reveal that Mariposa was at one time part of these people. She ran with them, she wore the paint, she did their thing, and they're basically like bandits. So anyway, like, they're in the middle of talking and figuring out, and she's explaining what they need, and her sister Salome, I think it's, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I think it's Salome, that is how you say it. They're like, all right, let's go, and we'll talk about getting you to Texas, because they have something going on. So here they are, they're driving through the deserts of Mexico, and it turns out that they are going to rob a truck. There's an automated truck. I'm going to skip a couple pages. There's an automated truck that they're going to rob. Also, they are still being pursued. The Baron here and his buddy Billy are still pursuing the crew, because they're still peeved at the crew. Peeved? That's a nice way to put it. They want to kill them, but they're peeved. So anyway, we've got this truck that is it's a driverless vehicle. They mentioned that it's a driverless vehicle. It's following a route, and they're gonna rob it. So they've got this idea of how to do it. They're gonna jump off a bridge and get in there. And you can see, once again, I just wanted to point out, once again, you can see the unique art style of Scrimshaw. There's so many lines and so unique and such a rough style to it. You know, like you look at like the sword, right? Like that's a super rough sword. But it works. It works in this world. It works in this style because it's a consistent style. Everything is rough. And it's this crazy future where everything is weird. And so anyway, you get this cool panel of them jumping off the bridge. Tanaka doesn't look super comfortable with this whole idea. And you can tell by the way he lands, like he doesn't land very gracefully. So then they get into the truck and they engage security, and this I thought was super cool. The other two get in and they're fighting like these regular looking dudes, whatever. And when he lands in, the tractor that he lands in has all these dudes dressed like this. They got like tri-corner hats and like they look like Revolutionary War type soldiers. They almost, I mean, to me, because they're wearing red, they look like redcoats. He doesn't eventually call them Minutemen. This is some sick art right here. Like, this is just some vicious fighting, and it's just brutal. Like, some good stuff. They call themselves Minutemen, which is weird because, like I said, they look like redcoats. But okay, I'll buy it. I'll buy into it. And then I don't want to spoil. I'm not going to spoil anything. I don't want to. I don't like to spoil. Plus, I can't show you the entire book. Otherwise, why would you have to go read it? But it's definitely cool. It's like a heist that they're doing. Things obviously they get violent. I mean, this book is always very violent. I mean, you could tell right from the cover here, just looking at. I mean, it's obviously a very violent book all the time. But the plot is progressing. They're going to make their way to Texas. They eventually do rob the truck, and then there's a little hint of something at the end, and we're not quite sure where that's going to go. When they get their prize from the truck that they were robbing, there's like a hint at the end there of something, and I don't want to give it away because I mean it's not a giant spoiler, but it's the end of the book, and I want you to see that cliffhanger, and that's the spoiler for yourself. I want you to hit that moment yourself and enjoy it. But anyway, great issue, super fast paced. Like it just jumps in and just goes. Like there's not a lot of. I mean, there's some talking at the beginning, setting up like who people are and their relationship with Mariposa and her sister. But dude, it just flows. It just flies. I mean, this issue will not take you long to read because it's just a super fast read. It's exciting. There's a lot of action, and the art continues to be like fantastic. It's just this cool. I mean, again, the art is going to be love or hate, I assume. Not everyone is going to love it. It took me, reading the first series, it took me a little bit to get into it, to understand and for it to make sense for me, and it really does work for me. And now I love it. So, hats off to them, hats off to Alterna for giving a shot to something really unique. Like I said, I've done a whole video about unique art styles in comics and how we need to foster that. That's part of what makes comics cool. Diversity of art styles is our strength. But anyway, fun story. I definitely recommend going back, pick up issue 1 so you can be all caught up, read 1 and 2, and just keep going. It's a 4-issue series, so it's going to be over quick. And the whole series is only going to cost you $6 because it's $1.50 an issue. So issues 1 and 2, $1.50 each. That's 3. Issue 3 and 4, $1.50 each. That's another 3. So it's going to cost you $6 to get this entire series worth of entertainment, you can't go wrong. Like, this is one of the reasons why I love Alterna so much. I wish more people would take a page out of their book and print on newsprint and charge less and get more people reading. It would be easier for people to just make an impulse purchase and buy these books. So anyway, I really enjoy it. I definitely recommend Scrimshaw issue 2. If you like this video, you could give me a thumbs up. That would be cool. And you could recommend my channel to your friends. That would be super cool. We're trying to keep growing. Always trying to grow the channel. We want to get as many people in here as possible. You know I love hearing in the comments. If you did read it, let me know. Let me know what you thought of it. I definitely want to talk about it. So anyway, that is it. I will talk to you guys soon. You can follow me on Twitter at jam_creates. You can follow me on Instagram at jam_creates. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Where should I? Let's go right on the hood of the truck. Just blah. Peace out.